It has been said that the highest wisdom lies in detachment, or in the words of Zhuangzi, the perfect man employs his mind as a mirror. It grasps nothing, it refuses nothing, it receives but does not keep. Detachment means to have neither regrets for the past nor fears for the future, to let life take its course without attempting to interfere with its movement and change, neither trying to prolong the stay of things pleasant nor to hasten the departure of things unpleasant. To do this is to move in time with life, to be in perfect accord with its changing music, and this is called enlightenment. In short, it is to be detached from both past and future, and to live in the eternal now. For in truth, neither past nor future have any existence apart from this now. By themselves, they are illusions. Life exists only at this very moment, and in this moment, it is the infinite and eternal. For the present moment is infinitely small. Before we can measure it, it is gone, and yet it persists forever. This movement and change has been called Tao by the Chinese. Yet in fact there is no movement, for the moment is the only reality, and there is nothing besides it in relation to which it can be said to move. Thus, it can be called at once the eternal moving and eternally resting. How can we bring ourselves into accord with the Tao? A sage has said that if we try to accord with it, we shall get away from it. But he was not altogether right. For the curious thing is that you cannot get out of accord with it, even if you want to. Though your thoughts may run into the past or the future, they cannot escape the present moment. However far back or forward they try to escape, they can never be separated from the moment, for those thoughts are themselves of the moment. Just as much as anything else, they partake of and indeed are the movement of life, which is Tao. You may believe yourself out of harmony with life and is eternally now, but you cannot be, for you are life and exist now. Otherwise, you would not be here. Hence, the infinite Tao is something which you can neither escape, but flight, nor catch by pursuit. There is no coming toward it or going away from it. It is, and you are it. So become what you are. That is, Become What You Are, by Alan Watts. Welcome to the Zac Hampson Podcast. This is the first, number 001, as I'm going to title it, in hopes and pursuit of multiple numerals. I've been on and done many podcasts before, many of which you've probably may already know of. But if you're new here, or if you're new to me specifically, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for welcoming. And I'm welcoming you, and I'm thanking you for coming here. I want to firstly start off with talking about a little bit of what we just read. So, that was Become What You Are by Alan Watts. And I chose that specifically to read out to you because I hope that this endeavor, that this series of podcasts can be a reflection of that, the eternal Tao, the eternal now. Everything that we have is just right now. And I, for lack of a better word, or better way to put it, but I feel as though we miss that a lot. I feel as though that we've all become very attuned to not being here, myself included. A lot of my time, especially over the last couple of months, has been spent in the headspace of the future, in thinking of what's coming next, what's happening next, what am I doing next, or it's been in the headspace of the past. I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Could I have done that better? Maybe if I had done it this way, this wouldn't have happened this particular way. And with the construct of what we have now with social media and all these other sorts of things, it heightens the disconnect between, our mind, our body, our thoughts, our present, where we're at right now and what there is in this moment. And where I'm going with this is that I think that hopefully this podcast, what I'm trying to have it be, is a place where we can come and reflect on a number of books that I have lined up, a number of teachings that I have lined up, that perhaps I'll sit down and read with you, and I would like to share with you as well. My ideas and my thoughts and my passion for this is coming from Jocko Willink. If you're familiar with Jocko Willink and the Jocko Podcast, he's obviously a veteran and Navy SEALs commander, and his podcast is all about war and battle. But he doesn't always cover that, but he covers books specifically around that most of the time. The way that he does it is he sits down and he breaks out a book and he reads section by section, pauses, reflects, and shares his thoughts or maybe some stories with Eka Charles and maybe some other guest that he has on at that time. I would like to do the same. I would like to share and read through some books that I've also read through myself over my life and going to read through. Perhaps these are books you've read yourself. Perhaps these are books you've never even heard of. Either way, I'd be thrilled to share them with you, and perhaps we can all sit down and learn something. I've got my cat laying right next to me. She's purring crazy. She's enjoying the sun. The reason I chose to sit outside, I felt like it was more comfortable. And it's also a reflection on the thought of being in the now. And I think it's so funny that we always associate nature and being outside, outdoors, with being present. Because I think whether we realize it or not, we understand that being indoors and being in the with the phone or with social media and things like that, we tend to be escaped, be entrapped in the thoughts, in the motions of, what's next? What's the next scrolling? What's the next thing? What's happening next? And so I wanted to keep this short and simple, just as the first one. But we'll deep dive into some longer ones and leave you with that. But for now, I just want to say welcome, thank you. This is going to be a beautiful journey, and hopefully you can't hear my neighbor starting up their lawnmower there. Thank you.